Yeah. Okay, so I'm recording. Okay, Tiana, I didn't drop the ball of Team Cup. I'm just a last minute person. Like I always get it done. She was on it. She was posting, finding us, another team member. I'm just so proud of that girl because she obviously wanted to go on there and she got it done. I just felt like, taking that extra step to make sure
Mhm.
like we handled things. And I was super, super proud of her and just feel like everyone should be doing that if you're not on a team cup. It's not too late. They also extended it for another 24 hours.
Oh,
So
I gotta tell Irma. Okay, good.
listen, so like if someone last minute
There's other
do
teams
this,
looking for people too.
yes.
Jen's team is looking for people, so
I'm excited because we found our people off Bombshell. So
well, so anyone watching this in our team page, if you still are looking for a team, please get with me. We'll find you a team.
absolutely. We did it in
Yeah.
like 3 hours. It was pretty easy. And
So we're gonna do a clean eating group, and that's another thing for you guys to know. We're
calendar.
gonna do that every single month. And you guys knowing that can be where me and Monica are really working on organization and consistency where we keep things the same. So all year. So you guys can just know that that is something we're going to do the second week of every month and add to it. I mean, it's just absolutely insane not to.
My challenge pack sales last month were from the clean eating group like 2 months ago. Because Al and I have actually been pretty consistent with that calendar for the last 3 months, 3 or 4 months to be honest. We've been posting it, and we may have done things a little bit differently, but we've ran clean eating groups. We've done some sort of opportunity call. So we've been staying pretty consistent for like 4 months now. So definitely, she
I
always.
got to get better with the opportunity. I got to get better with inviting to it, but I will next month. Um, yeah, we're going to keep it the same. So definitely a 5-day clean eating group. The second week, we'll have our February calendar out, but invite to that
Tomorrow,
because
yeah.
it's just, you can add, like Christina. I mean, how many people did you have in there last time? Like 50?
I
I don't know,
love,
girl. It was a lot.
and you know what
Mhm.
though? It's the importance of just engaging in those group because the last two or three, Christina and I have done them together, and it seems like there's a lot of engagement, right? Like we're constantly having people posting, and
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one was amazing. There was a lot of engagement. I only had about 3 people in there, but they lasted through the whole thing. That's the other thing. And I think the turnaround in them lasting was everyone awesomely engaging. You know, the just like a challenge group. If they're doing that, then and if you're in there too,
Mhm.
it's gonna be really good.
No, and it will. And just like with the whole thing, we're opening it on Thursday. But what I like is if you're not posting, because I know like Alex and I love running the clean eating groups, but we still have the health bet going on for our team that's going pretty good. And Al and I still have a challenge group like going on. So even if you just post what you're eating, or for me, I'll
Hmm.
just comment on people's stuff just to reassure
Hmm.
them. Because sometimes if there's a lot of stuff in the news feed, I don't, want to blow up the news feed. I'll just shout someone else or just encourage them. Like Alex and I are really good about doing that in our challenge groups, and not just our challengers. Even if it's something like, oh, that looks good, or good job, or boom, they like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, and I don't know. And I always try to go back to when I was a beginning challenger and how important. I remember just little comments to me. I
Hmm.
think it's hard, when you've been doing this a while, like you tend to forget. But just eating that salad, like over that hamburger, if it's like a new challenger and doesn't even have to be yours, that positive reinforcement to them is so huge. I mean, you guys know I'm really big on recognition, and challengers are the same way. They want to be seen, and they want to be, you know um, they could live with people that aren't supporting them or don't care what they're doing. They don't have the encouragement, and so if they don't have it, they're going to fall back into old behaviors. So loving on people is so important.
Oh, they
It
love
goes a
that.
long way. So I wanted to share with you guys, and I will give you her information if you're interested in her. I told Monica last night, I'm trying to build more on my Instagram right now. Not more. It's just that I maxed out on friends on my Facebook page, and the like page is not for me. It's just not. It's just like we talked about last week. Me trying to learn that takes away from valuable time of conversations I could be having and using my own strengths. So that is not where I'm going to build. But my regular page is full. So there's a girl, and what she's doing for me on Instagram is she's forming people, basically. I pay her to form people. And it's so busy right now, I can't even keep up with her forming. So what she does is just go to people's pages and likes their stuff or comments. So all day my Instagram's going off saying, oh, thank you, Alex. Oh, that's so sweet. And I'm like, thank you for what? Well, then I realize she's going to their page and saying, you look beautiful, or that's an awesome post. And I'll show you what I've only been doing it 2 weeks. I've had other stuff that I was trying to really seal the deal with some people on Facebook. So I have yet to even get with these people that I want to, but I will tell you it's working. I have tripled my following on Instagram in 2 weeks. Tripled. These people would never follow me if I didn't, comment and like on their stuff. And now it's just like crazy. Yeah. Now it's like anything else. A lot of them are coaches already. Like I reached out to one, she's already a discount coach, but it's like anything else. Some of them aren't. And so you just have to, now it's up to me I'm yet in the habit, and I hate working from my phone, but now it's up to me to like get on there and get over to their page, send them a message, or start more of that forming process on my own. But she's doing the work that I absolutely would never, ever have time for on here. So it's only $30 every 2 weeks. Is pretty or seven. I'm sorry. I never do math, right? Clay's looking at me like, no, it's not.
It's 34, isn't it? It's $17.
Be quiet.
Yes.
Dang it.
Oh, you wanted to do it. I didn't know you wanted to do it. Work on your strengths, girl. Work on your strengths.
Yeah.
I got you. $34 every 2 weeks.
Just today, Clay showed me how to forward an email.
Alex, no way.
Yeah, and see, what I want to tell you guys is, here's what this is why it's so important to work on your strength. I am a Success Club all-star, whatever that is, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know how to forward a fucking email. Like, you don't need skill in this business. You need to just invite people and care about them and love on them and be your dang ass self. Because I am certain if I can do it, man, anybody can. Is that not inspiring?
It is very inspiring. Alex is really good she's very confident in what she's good at and owning that. And I think that's where people go wrong. You know, Joyce Myers was kind of talking about that in my personal development today.
Hey guys, if you have her book, I'm telling you, just the devotional one.
Yes. You guys, even listen, her app, Al, have you ever seen her app?
No.
She has an actual app. And you know what it's about this week is, are you emotionally healthy? And it's so good, even if you're not like a religious person. She was kind of talking about that today. And it's just like personal development. You don't focus on what you're not good at, because even if you're a 1 at something, you may at your best maybe be a 4. Why bother when you're already at 8 and 9 at other things that you can just excel at? And that is what Alex is extremely good at. She's better at talking to people on the telephone, so she gets them on the telephone. I'm better at talking to people through writing. I get them on the phone. I feel awkward. I hate that dead silence. I don't know. I just think it's really good. Like, Al's pretty good at doing that kind of stuff and owning it. So I think we all just need to focus on where we're comfortable at.
What if you don't know where you're comfortable at?
I think you do. I think everybody does. What do you hate the least? Well, you're more comfortable at it.
What if you hate inviting?
Then I think you need to form it differently and don't look at it as inviting, look at it as starting conversations. Because I think a lot of people get scared when you say, not us. I would much rather do cold invites, to be honest with you guys. But I had coaches where I was like, no, don't invite. I want you to start conversations with people. Because it's like you're doing the same exact thing.
Yeah. Let's get feedback from you guys. Because a lot of times this is what I hear from coaches. I know how to start a conversation, but they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, like how to take it to the.
Do you guys agree with that? Does anybody struggle with that?
I feel like I'm fine with asking, do you want to join my group and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like more like the talking about like the questions and like getting, I don't know, feeling like you're asking the right questions and actually like, I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Getting the final, getting to the end.
Well, I think with that, sometimes it's because you have to make sure you're asking open-ended questions. Mm-hmm. And they give us training on this at the YMCA, which is really crazy. But that's the main thing, because you'll get a lot of yes and no questions and answers. And sometimes you do just have to like dig deep. I had someone the other day message me about Shakeology and how much does it cost every month. Most people like freak out over that. And I simply said to her, well, do you mind if I ask you what sparked your interest about Shakeology? Mm-hmm. Not a yes or no question. And I'm not going to tell her the price. We need to talk a lot more. I'm not telling you the price until you feel this is such a necessity you can't live without it. And we're still talking about that. So I think it's just practicing that. And a lot of times they'll sense you're getting uncomfortable. So I don't know about you, Alex, but I recommend changing the subject to something you're more comfortable about. Like I did with that girl. I'm not comfortable giving her the price. And she messaged me about Shakeology. Some people like, oh, she messaged you. Give her the price. Send her the link. No. I've been doing this long enough to know they need to be invested. They need to know, why. Well, no, I don't want to tell me why.
Well, Jen, you said you had no problem like
inviting, like the actual
What do you ask questions first before you do that?
No, I'm saying like after like I'm like I'll start with like
she's in her car. I think what she's saying is she sends them probably the generic text like, hey, I'm not sure if you know this, but I run online health and fitness group. Is this something that you've ever thought about doing? I'm assuming that's what she's talking about.
I'm sorry, you couldn't hear me talk just now?
No, we couldn't.
Oh, that was I guess my ear hit the button. I'll start like forming with them if that's what you mean. I'll form with them and then I'll be like inviting them to a challenge, like to whatever, like a challenge group or whatever. And then like the forming, like the questions as far as like asking them like what is their goals and all that is like, it kind of gets drawn out.
Well, once you ask them, you mean the people that respond back after you ask them? They say like, oh, what is that? Or what do you do? Mm-hmm. Okay. I do have a advice there. That is a moment. The gap there has to be passionate. Mm-hmm. Before I even explain anything, I get like excited for them. Do you know what that does with people? They get excited and they don't even know what they're excited about.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with like teaching fitness. Like you get so revved up that people are like, this girl, like she's so, what are we doing? Let's do it. Mm-hmm. Because then that's going to hold the attention. That's going to hold the attention to get them to start talking. So like, for example, if you tell them this is what I do, I run online accountability groups and they're like, oh, what is that? Before I go answer, right? Because the answer can sound kind of, oh, we do this. And I go, oh my God, girl, you're going to love this. This is so exciting. I'm so excited for you. Like excited for what? Like they don't know, right? Like and that is what's going to, if you're excited, they're going to be excited. I'm telling you, this is my jam. This is how I do it. And then what happens is that's going to allow them to then go deeper with you. They're not like passion has to come before I always feel like passion has to come before facts. The facts about exactly what we do in the group or how much weight you want to lose, all those things are important, right? But they have to be excited. They have to have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So I would be excited for them before you go into that next conversation, because that next conversation else will be a little boring.
Yeah. That's true.
Does that make sense to
Yeah,
anybody?
you gotta keep their attention.
Yeah,
Or
keep their
just
attention.
know you're in charge of the mood of that conversation. If you
Mhm.
feel it's going in a bad direction, like it is, like Alex says, you have the power to turn that around.
Mhm.
You know, so
And it's the same with follow-ups. If it went dead or you get busy or like that's not the time you can talk, go back into it with that same amount of passion.
Mhm.
Be like, hey girl, I know you were busy. I know you've been busy, but my group's coming up and I just remembered those goals. I do try to get to their goals as quickly as possible because it's leverage. You know, if I don't get to their goals, I'm going to lose them. And then how do I follow up with them? But if someone tells me, yeah, I have 25 pounds I really want to lose and I feel uncomfortable in my skin, that person is mine. If not now, in 6 months. Because when I follow up with them, I say, what do we, like, I'm pretty bold this way. And I know this might not be everyone, but I literally say, what are we doing about that 25 pounds you need to lose?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, well, you know, maybe the rejection or whatever. I'm like, no, you told me. I tell them what they told me, that you wanted to lose 25 pounds and that you weren't comfortable in your skin. So what are we doing about that? I can help you.
no, I absolutely. That's perfect.
So if you feel like the conversation after that is going, I honestly would say get a little bit more excited about it and then also dig deeper to get something from them that you can go back to them with in case it dies out or they give you a rejection. And, you know, for me, and I'm sure for everyone on this call, what's the biggest rejection that we get? We get price, right? So I'm always like, dude, you're not worth like $4 a day. You're not worth like that 25 pounds.
I'm busy right now. Not right now. No. And you know
Now-
what else really helps too? Doing a post about those objections. Because
Yeah,
I've had
that's
people
important.
even come back to me and say, I felt like your post was talking to me. And I'm like, yeah, because it was. Because if you're having a back and forth conversation with that person and it goes stale, Jen, show them your abs and then tell them why or how. Because that's going to pop up on their newsfeed.
I'll be honest with you guys, all my posts are objections every day. 99% of my posts are conversations because I want them to look at me and rethink that no. That's it. I need to grab their attention. And that's not just physical. It can be the opportunity. You know, if they're telling me it's not a good time, the next day I have it written out. Tell people why it's never going to be a perfect time. If you look at, honestly, if you look at posts like Allie's and stuff, they are always objections. They are the things that people are telling you stand in the way of them leading a different lifestyle. So your job is like a combination of, it's like a dance between the inbox and the post. The inbox and the post. That's my business. My business is this dance between invites and posting. So you are getting in the minds of people. You have to make them think differently. The conviction has to be behind the live video that you make, the post that you make. And honestly, guys, I'm just going to be real. And I don't even do them enough. Everyone should be doing a live video like at least 2-3 times a week. And that's minimum. That is minimum if you want your business to grow. You have to put yourself out there. People, it is the best way to earn trust and credibility. Like, and it doesn't even have to be Beachbody. It shouldn't even be sometimes. Like Monica was saying, she did a live video about something that she made fun of with Steve, or what did you do?
Oh my gosh, yes. So many conversations where I was saying, babe, I don't get it. I don't understand it. That was the best video I ever did. And I was just messing with him. I got it. And it was real too. He was yelling at me in the background.
And I think that when you do that, like people get to know your family And I've had people like, I don't even remember videos of mine or say something from a video. Or this one girl I've been forming forever, and she bought Body Beast, but she's just absolutely no to Shakeology. She's like, well, I'll get caught up with you with your videos. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we're talking right now. And she's like, yeah, but I stay on top of all your videos. And I'm like, well, if you really watch my videos, then you would be saying yes to me. But I just think that I know that you're really, I think coaches that are unwilling to do a video, you're unwilling to see the opportunity, honestly. The more you get outside your comfort zone, the better it's going to be.
I know on my fitness page, I do 2 videos a day. And then I try to transfer it over onto my personal page. But yeah, I do a motivational video every single day post my workout, so I like it. I love live videos. They're my favorite thing to do. I'd rather do that than post.
I think sometimes it's just about organizing your day. I just forget. So again, like getting organized, looking at your day, and if something pops into your head and you don't have time for it, then make sure you write it down, and just make yourself do it. Like, it's not going to be, just like we tell people, it's probably not going to be perfect timing. I think that what stumps us is wanting things to be perfect, or thinking, how can I make a live video if my kid comes in screaming? But those are the things that are going to make people
relatable.
Feel like you're real, and like you're not trying to sell them something. You're really just trying to help them. We're not perfect. Our families aren't perfect. We're just friggin' wanting to live better and help other people do the same thing. And when you bring them into your life like that, that they can feel connected to you. I mean, look at the following that Kelly is getting from this new relationship. It's insane. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with Beachbody. It's just her new boyfriend. But people, that's what they want to see. They want to see your life. They want to see what you're doing. And they don't need, a post. They want to see a video about it.
Mm-hmm. Ember too. I get people all the time with Ember. I'm sure Alex gets it with Sean. They do, and then you don't look like someone trying to sell something to them. If you're worried about being salesy, do more live videos, not about Beachbody then. I don't even know half these people, and then I'll run into people at Subway, or people will say to my son at Publix, "Oh, I know your mom. I see her on Facebook all the time." People are watching. They're just not commenting.
Don't overthink it. That is just a huge thing. If you're an overthinker, you're someone that tends to get in your own head, or a logical thinker, it's going to stump you. It's going to keep you fearful and in a very...
We should do a training. We should do a training on how to get out of your own head.
It's, and it happens. This is the thing. When I've gone to do a live video, my logical brain says, that's stupid. Like, why would anybody, what are you doing? My emotional says, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it, Al. When you're in your own head, and this is just you honestly care what people think. That is what you're doing. You are judging yourself. You're already prejudging what someone else may or may not think of you. And it's all unreal fear. Like, it's crazy. One of the videos that brought me the most people, and I honestly did, I sold a challenge pack off of this video. I swear to you guys, cold market, I would have never known this woman, was about being pissed off that soccer moms were going through drive-thrus and feeding their kids, and how much it pissed me off. I was a total risk. I knew there was going to be some people out there that totally were offended by it. I don't care. I can't care. And it was at 10 o'clock at night. And I sat here and I was like, how are you going to pay for your, spend $20,000 on your kid to do this league? And then we're going through Wendy's. But you tell me you can't afford Shakeology? That's crazy shit. It was like a rampage of mine. Half of it didn't even make sense. And this lady reached out to me and she said, you really made me think, and how much I've been putting myself on the back burner and blah, blah, blah. And I started talking to her. I would have never talked to her. I would have never talked to her without this video. So I know it had a little bit of Beachbody in it, but you know, that's a big part of my life, and I am passionate about it, and I am passionate about moms that think that way. Like, they need to think differently, you know, and that is going to offend some people, guys, and you just cannot care. The ones that are most offended are probably the ones that need to hear it the most. So whatever.
Or, you know, on that flip side, just last week, and I even messaged Al about it, I did a video about binge eating and overcoming it and bringing it to God and bringing it to my husband and sharing on my personal page. And I told Alex, I had someone that totally did not get what I was saying that messaged me and basically was like, Monica, if you need help, I'm here to talk to you. And I'm like,
That happens
no.
too. I know.
No, you
So
can't.
annoying.
But then in that same thing, I had other people message you. It's like, gee, thanks. I suffer from the same problem. Guys, I'm telling you, 3 years ago, if I would have did a live video, this girl is still stalking me at the gym to talk to me. I would have been mortified. And now I think it's funny. Like, I don't care, but they're not always going to get it. You got to brush that stuff off. That's not your purpose. Not everyone should like you. If everyone likes every post that you're doing, then you're doing a bad job showing who you really are, because then everyone should like you.
I think people pleasing definitely holds people back.
Hmm.
And I don't struggle there because I don't give a shit about pleasing people, but I'm sympathetic to the fact that I
Yes.
realize some people do.
Yeah. I'm not saying to go out there and purposely piss people off and talk about controversial things. I'm not saying that. Like, I tell my coaches that all the time. This is your business. But when you're talking about something like binge eating, or Alex talking about something passionate about not feeding your kid junk, it pertains to us. I'm not going to ask a poll like, hey guys, tell me if you like Trump.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Not.
I think that it's important to be okay that you have a voice, for
Yes.
sure. So everybody go do a live video.
Yeah, right? I got to take care of my kid, but I'll be back on at midnight.
So we have less than a minute, but I want everyone to have an awesome February. Crush your Team Cup. And if you're struggling in an area, you know, I can't help unless you reach out. The Beachbody on Demand is an incredible thing. If you got to get different perspective on it and realize how insanely you are helping someone, and not just for a month, for an entire year. And if you're thinking about the cost, they're thinking about the cost. Drop the cost and really see the value and run with that in February, because it's the last month to do it.
Is it through the whole month of February?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
All right, guys, we're going to cut off. So talk to you later, and we'll put this in the team page.
Yep.